Taking no shorts. Coming right up.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.
Yeah, let's go.
What the hell?
Taking no shorts. Coming right up.
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts podcast, Jay Grizzy.
Well. Let's see if that all went off without a hitch, ladies and gentlemen, because working these boards is takes a engineering master's degree to get some of this audio down. But hey, let me stop looking down there and look at you. Hello. Welcome to Taking No Shorts podcast. I'm your host, Jay Grizzy Green, a.k.a. Mr. Leave No Meat on the Bone.
Exactly.
It's your mans and no more your boys. Too old to be called. That's my boy. Stop it in 2025. If you over 30, that's not my boy. That's my man's. And you might have to say pause after that, right? But depends on, where you at in your comfortability of things. Episode 105. Again, make sure you like, share, subscribe anywhere where you find your favorite podcasts. Also, every Friday around this time, you catch the live stream at the following streaming channels. That would be Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, all at Taking No Shorts Pod. That's spelled TakinNoShortspod. I am at the end of August, being that this is Labor Day weekend, and I had a subscription goal. So if you're within an earshot or you see this, I'm encouraging you highly, if you like the content, if you're vibing with it, to give me a subscribe on YouTube at the same at Taking No Shorts Pod. Hopefully I'm asking folks to go to my YouTube to get my YouTube subscriptions up, but I don't think I even checked on it. So that's how they say when you're being open. Somebody I saw online. What is the word? That's one of the things I'm gonna get into is when you reach some black Gen Xer.
Exactly.
I called my dog Obi one of my son's names the other day because he was trying to run away. Well, he wasn't running away. He was just excited. I had him on a leash, and he wanted to go say hi to the neighbor. But some people, you don't know how they're gonna act towards pets or animals. I'm an animal lover. My family and my household is animal lovers. So I didn't know how, and I called him, just being a proper owner. Hey, proper parent, really. And when I wanted to say, hey, Obi, I yelled out my adult child's name, my son's name. And I was just like, wait a minute. That's not, that's we getting there. And I'm going to talk a little bit about, Gen X and getting to almost that boomer stage. I mean, if you go back into some episodes, you probably see the Beijing Grizzy, because I was not comfortable and where I was in my Gen Xing. But nowadays I am growing into it, and now you see I got the full gray. My wife says, let it grow. A little salt and pepper. Men with that, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Men with a little salt and pepper makes them what? More distinguished, more, if it makes me better than I was as a human being before with the gray, by all means, I'm going to take it. Of course, by doctor's orders, I am sipping no alcoholic beverage, just a little bit of Pinot, which is an alcoholic beverage, but not the yak, not the all that other hard stuff. It's another Gen Xing thing. Hey, when you go to a doctor and they say, did you just leave? The doctor did all of my vitals one time and got the blood work back and was like, where the fuck you just came from? Did you go to Vegas or something? Like, what did you should not, these numbers, you should not even. And I was just like, oh, wow, scared the F out of me. So trying to get that in order as well. So, yeah, I'm going to be talking about some Gen X and stuff tonight. We will get into some retro as well towards the end of the show. And a little bit of, I try to stay away from relationship stuff at Taking No Shorts Pod because that's been done to unaliveness. I can't take no more people online pontificating about male, female, in any kind of relationship, especially people who have influence, aka celebrities. Because Jay Gray. I'm not a celebrity. For folks who are here, I am a local open micer who chose family over comedy, and that's not a choice. That's just something that I wasn't good. I wasn't good enough, or I didn't dedicate myself enough to hone that craft. So I just morphed it into this. But yeah, but y'all take a relationship advice from comics or comedians. That makes me want to take a drink. That's some bullshit. A bullshit. Thank you, baby. Thank you. But yeah, or athletes who got. There's nothing. All right. I mean, if the president of the United States can have the behavior that he has, there's no need to besmirch men that are progenerating a lot of babies out here. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're taking care of them, you're being a good parent and you're being involved in their lives. But you got some athletes, and athletes have known to progenerate. Yeah, dig.
Exactly.
You got some athletes out here. I saw, I won't give a name because he's a big timer. Paul Pierce, right? Paul Pierce everybody's got a podcast, so does Jay Grizzy. Taking No Shorts. Wait. Paul Pierce was on his platform, his podcast, and he's like, in essence, and first of all, if you come, I'm not a simp, I'm not a sucker. Like you just heard, I didn't done all the stuff in the past, But it's this theme that ends up in a man. They call it a manosphere now because, men. I don't know what's going on with men. I mean, if the excuse is, yeah, maybe y'all. I'm asking the audience, and I don't know what I'm naming my audience yet. Like my podcast is called Taking No Shorts Pod. So takers, have a take. I'm gonna ask y'all at takers. That's my, first. I need a first taker for Taking No Shorts. Why do you think men are out here going so hard on the ladies? I mean, it's under the guise of accountability, right? And so, yeah, men, everybody's got to be accountable. Men, women, the dog, the mailman. It doesn't matter. We want people to be accountable for what they're doing, whether it's good or bad. I think it's more towards bad, because how can you hold somebody accountable for doing good shit other than rewarding them for doing the good shit? And honestly, I see a lot of content where the men are just like, women are ungrateful and this, that, and the other. It's like they trying to take the society or Western society back to like some Handmaid's Tale or some shit, you know. And I don't know. I can see the appeal as a guy. I can see the appeal to it. Like, yeah, we could get these ladies under control, and we gonna rule. We gonna have dominion over them. Like, I'm a big fan of Mad Men. That's a show that came on in the 2010s, right? I remember I was at a bar one night out with my wife, and some folks came by, struck up a conversation, and I don't even know how we get talking about John Hamm, who is an actor. Oh, I know. He was playing on his Apple TV show, Friends and Neighbors. And I was like, I'm a big John Hamm fan from Mad Men, right? And Mad Men is almost like a period TV series. Like, it's from the 60s, where white men had the hierarchy, all this racism, misogyny, just crazy shit. And it made me think, like, I know now why I was appealing to that. It's like, yeah, we're all, I mean, as a man, you know, and he was the character. I'm not going to give y'all the whole synopsis if you don't know who Mad Men is or was, but I mean, we're flawed. Nobody's perfect. You know, nobody is walking around. That's men and women. I just think men have for a long time been the bearer of the brunt. Is brunt a word? Have carried the brunt. I'll have to look that up and I'll find out. I'm not touching nothing else if this podcast is going. Okay. But men, I think, I'm not going to speak for all men. I know I've been in situations where I have good intentions, but I made a mistake, and I end up carrying the brunt, being held accountable. Okay.
Exactly.
And then, you know, not guilt, but just, it don't stop. Like, the accountability don't stop. It's like, bow, 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 bow. It's like, you can't get over stuff, because you can't move beyond stuff, because stuff keeps being reminded of you, whether it's with your partner or the world or whatever. So I can see how men is like, you know what, I need to get my balls back type shit. Like, that might have been what's been happening probably for the last 10 years. There's a whole, especially in the opposite side of the aisle, opposite culture type vibes. Like, they like, yo, we here, you know. we coming for everything, you know. I call bullshit on all that, but you can't have what you ain't never owned from the jump. You could make yourself, hey guy, you could tell yourself that you better than something all you want to, but I mean, the proof is in the pudding. And so far, for as long as this rock has been revolving, or as long as human beings have been evolving, y'all the last motherfuckers to sit there and think that y'all is better than anything. I mean, as a human being, human, Homo erectus. Doctor said, hey, you gotta sip a little Pinot every once in a while. But yeah, so this thread, and then I started seeing it even getting into the young, you know, when my sons was coming up, And I would ask them, and they would be like, yo, some of the young ladies at our school, they're a little rough around the edges, and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, try unplugging into your router and moving it closer to it. Okay. Let's do that. Let's pause because they say my connection is unstable. Don't know what the F that means, but I'll pause and I'll come right back to you guys. And we're back. Thank you for those special messages. Yeah, I got a strange message from the streaming provider saying that my connection wasn't good, but I got like all kinds of bars, so I don't know what that's all about. So I apologize, guys. Thank you, whoever provided that sponsorship tag or whatever. Anyway, let me get back because my mind is now thrown. I'm blown because of the technical shit. But yeah, this theme of men mad at accountability, and it goes both ways. So women, I see in a relationship space, creative content creation space, where women men go hard on women, women go hard on men, and I'm like, what? Why can't what? I mean, I get it, Like, it's getting clicks. There's a lot of unhappy people out here in the world,
Exactly.
It is a lot of people who is seeking. So it's a lot of lonely people. The internet, social media, technology is making people lonely. I saw something on my IG say, hey, do you want an online friend, online buddy, which is an AI bot of some sort, And I'm like, why would, what is it? What is it about me that says something in my algorithm, something in my cookies, says that they solicited me that. Speaking of solicitations, I'm going to bounce around a little bit tonight, guys, so bear with me. I had one of the most craziest solicitations salespeople pull. So I was out in my yard during the middle of the week, right? Playing with my dog and, doing some yard work. This dude literally walks down my driveway, and I got a long driveway, and like is walking like up to, like, he was so lucky. I was in a good mood that day. Let's put it that way. So I'm like, yo, who is you and why is you this far into my shit? And so, and then I went on the online to the neighborhoods, social media, and it was just like, yeah, we got to do something about this. Because if you put no solicitation signs up, some of these salespeople just blow by. They just ignore that. They don't give a hoot about any of that. Is hoot even a word anymore? I'm Gen Xing out so much tonight. I'm so sorry, guys. No, I'm not so sorry. I am who I is, and it's okay. That's, again, I am learning to accept that there is no need to hold on to the young brothers. Y'all got it. You did.
Exactly.
Y'all can, but this is the only thing. Like, when y'all get it, like, be smart. Don't, and I'm not saying that y'all not being smart. I'm just saying, like, come on, man. Don't crash out over something crazy like in DC. Don't crash out because they asking. Don't listen to. I forgot the sister's name. I'm so Gen X, and I know Amanda Seals. Like, I get it. I honestly, I like Amanda Seals. I like what she did with the debate, because those young people, those young black conservatives, I'm gonna put conservatives in quotes.
A bullshit?
They can't deal. They not prepared for what Amanda Seales was on, and is they point of view. Even if they was prepared, let me be clear: if you a black person in that, and especially because I think it's younger people too that are more prone, to this whole theme that the government and that politics is in right now. Because y'all either y'all want taught, y'all want home trained, y'all ain't put in enough work, y'all ain't had enough sacrifice, y'all. I don't want to say y'all been spoiled because I just don't want to say that because that's not going to be. I know it's some, but it's not going to be for all. But y'all would not know a struggle if you saw it. There were people who have put in work before you were even thought of in your daddy's nutsack to sacrifice so much that they will be turning over in their grave if they still with us, they will be shaking their head or calling
A bullshit?
on you to hear some of the arguments these young black conservatives are making. And so, yeah, Amanda Seales would definitely as a debater and just from a strong point and being right was going to eat that group up. I think it was a 20v1. I think Mehdi Hassan was another guy, another journalist. Well, he wasn't another journalist. He's a journalist. Amanda Seales, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing against her. Here's the thing about Amanda Seales, right? Oh, here's the thing with folks who want revolution. Let's be clear. You either for it, you either about that work, or you not, or you just want clicks. Some people are out here, I know, that are about that work that ain't online, that ain't mad because they got banned by Meta or shadow ban or something like that because they can't get their message out. They out here in the street.
Exactly.
They out here in the trenches. And so when I see folks try to gin up folk online, especially because I know what online is, being that I'm kind of in this space, not kind of, I am going to give myself, I am now in the content creator space. It says Taking No Shorts podcast with your boy, with your man, Jay Grizzly. But I always look at folks coming from, and she came from a stand-up or performance, or she was an actress, a stand-up comedian. So I know just from, like I said, my limited experience in the entertainment, this is all, when you put politics or a movement such as what they're at, what it sounds like she's advocating for, you got to be about that type of talk. It ain't like in the 60s where you had, what's the sister with the afro? Asada Shakur or Angela Davis. Like, now, if they had social media back then, and those sisters were Amanda Seales, and Amanda Seales was out there doing that, different story. Different story. If you got lawyered up and you got Black Panthers or the nation or people around you to make sure nothing's going to happen to you while you out here advocating for what you're advocating for, instead of online presence, social media presence for clicks and likes and income. I don't know. That's just my take, and not taking no short. You did.
Exactly.
But I have nothing negative to say. I just saying I look at it from a different lens. That's all I'm saying. So I went. I want to say it was about 2 weeks ago. I went to my normal. I went to my doctor. Had a doctor's. When you get to be a black Gen Xer, you dig?
Exactly.
Or when you get to be this age and you say to yourself,
I'm a man. I'm 40.
well, if you say that to yourself, then you got to make sure this is all working. Health is wealth is what I like to tell folks. And wealth is health, or however the saying goes. So again, I go to and I knew for the last maybe, I say 9 months, I was going hard, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what it was. It was something in me. I don't know if it wasn't a midlife type situation, but I was just like, yo, I was turning into the 9 to 5 or ham and nigger, get off from work, go, I already have a drink. I'm looking forward to the after 5, not every day, but let's say if there's 7 days in a week, 4, the weekends, and then 2 during the week, right? I'm looking forward to having myself 2 drink minimum, either at a happy hour with my homeboys, or just sitting here taking no shorts, working, or just kicking it back and just relaxing. But I'm just like, I am definitely fitting to go into Al Bundy mode.
Talking about practice. Not
not I was definitely going into Polk High Al Bundy mode, right? And it was like I saw myself going down this path, and I was just like, yo, I'm eating horrible. I'm doing my diet is sucking. I'm doing too much. So I knew when I go to this man and they check me out, they're gonna be like, yo, you
talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
That's what I thought.
Not a game.
He was talking about the whole game of life. I was talking about practice. I was talking about, man, I'm just practicing. It was like, you can't, the way your genetic makeup is, you can't afford to do that. And folks look at me and see me, I think that, but everything on the inside is rotten. So you got to eat well. I've been on this diet now for about 2-3 weeks. It's hard to life to do it, but I'm doing it. I've eaten. I've eaten more salads. I'd have had more greenery, short of weed. I'd have had more greenery in me, roughage, taco salads, Santa Fe salads. Everything got to be a salad, because I was rice, potatoes, and I was just a good down home Southern diet black man. And if you do that if you're a Gen Xer and you've been doing that, you're 9 times out of 10 going through the same shit. I might see you in my doctor's office.
Exactly. I'm a man.
So I say, all right, and shout out to this particular doctor. I won't put them out there, but he subscribes to the podcast, by the way. So if my specialist doctor can do it, you can too. And at Taking No Shorts Pod, anywhere where you find your favorite podcast. But specifically, you got 2 days for me to help reach my goal on YouTube, youtube.com/@ Taking No Shorts. Don't spell out @ symbol. Don't do that. It's the @ symbol on your computer down there. Taking No Shorts Pod. So he was just like, yo, man, you could do this. What are you doing? What are you even doing here? Do this solid for yourself. I was like, yeah, all right. So no more Jack, no more Captain, no more Douce, no more Hennessy. I don't even miss it. It was almost because I used to be a smoker. So it's almost like I'm in that phase where I'm looking back at like smoking is how I'm looking back at drinking alcohol, like hard liquor. And I look back at smoking now. I was like, well, what the fuck was I thinking? And I saw this study or some stat that came out. I want to say it's the CDC, but I don't know. Half the damn CDC them resigned. I saw. Good for them, But COVID is back. I understand. I signed off the news. Y'all go back to some old episodes. I get my news by motherfucker got come up and talk to me. And if I know you, I might believe you. But I don't do all that other shit right about now. I call fugazi on all that. But yeah, he was just like, come on, man, what are you doing? Like, you could do this. So I gave up all the hard liquor. I said, well, red wine, I heard all these things about red wine, blah, 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 blah. It's good for you, pretty much everything you don't do in excess, so here's to you guys, my red wine, to your health. Yeah. Shout out to my cousin, Brubra. I think he had surgery today. So, Brubra, I hope you, I pray, I don't even know, but I pray, and with prayer comes the strength. I pray that you have a full recovery out of your surgery and everything goes well for you. Shout out to my cousin, Ricky.
Exactly.
Yeah, so speaking of getting old, I wouldn't say getting old, but growing. Speaking of growing, there's this theme online, or saw, not a theme, but I saw these, what is it, under 40? Is it it's a under 40 league, football league? What is y'all doing? Is it time for, let me see how I wrote it down, because let me tell y'all the backstory of this. I recorded episode 105, let me be clear. I attempted to record episode 105 sometime last week, right? So I recorded it. I had the video, and I thought I had the audio. So I go in to edit, clean it up, and present it to the world, and there's no audio. So then I'm like, all right, so you got to be redundant when you're doing this shit. So I thought I had a backup audio, because I usually have backup audio as well. And I go look down here. There's no backup audio. So the whole time I'm sitting there recording content, there is plenty of video, but no audio on the main or the backup. And I felt so stupid, because I've been doing this long enough to make sure that does not happen. It did. So I had topics and stuff here that I was going to talk about, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about it right now. So it says, is it time for the OGs to sit their ass down somewhere and let the youngins get a run? Because they got 37 and under football, semi-pro, pro. I don't know. If you 37, and the way I land on this, because I was just saying, well, yeah, I mean, if you still feel like you got it, like, who are you to tell anybody, male or female, hey, you gotta hang it up? But then I saw a clip where they said this offensive lineman was way over. I was 37 years old. I want to say they said that man was 60.
A bullshit? I'm 40.
I want to say they said that man was 60, and they showed a clip. He was playing offensive line, and they showed a clip of the defender. He was doing it. I mean, he was protecting, but he got rolled up by his own player, and the man shitted out. He ripped up his ACL, MCL, PTL, whatever EL he had in his kneecap, and he out. I hope he got good insurance. And when I saw it, I said to myself, "Whoa, yo, what?" Like, because the last time I did anything like that in a sporting event, my oldest son, we played what we call in the VA rough house. Some people call it 21. He took me down to Randolph in the West End, and he had me like 13-2. I said, "You got it." This was when he was like 20, and I was 37, maybe. He might have been 18, 19, and I was in my mid 30s. And I was just like, yo, that's it. You know where I could always get my oldest son at? Bowling.
Exactly.
He can't never beat me in bowling. So if you get to be a black Gen Xer and you got sons or you got family members, young folks who challenging you on some football, some basketball, some tennis, or whatever, go ahead and say, you know what? You got it, but where I'm going to get you at? Bowling. Yes, sir.
That nigga's tripping.
Yeah, you can't never go wrong with bowling. That form, and even then, I almost threw my goddamn back out with that shit. Yeah. And there's no segue to this. I saw these comments by first of all, shout out to the Clips, man.
Exactly.
That album, I think it's called. Oh, let me pull it up. Let God sort them out. Man. I think it probably dropped a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. Did a great rollout. Did Virginia's own, 757. I want to say Virginia Beach specifically. But more importantly, Pusha T came out with a comment and said, because, well, I'll tell you why shortly, but he had made comments about different geographic regions within the DMV, or specifically Virginia, because that's where they from. We need to stop separating by geographic regions and just claim Virginia as a whole. And I when I do my social media, I tag DMV or I put DMV in it just so I can get eyes on the content. But I feel you. I feel you. I know a lot of artists in Richmond on VA. And first, I always put RVA or Richmond in my content. I'm never not proud to be where I'm from, especially I know I've done the knowledge and the research on who I is and where I'm from and how I even got here to be exact.
Exactly.
But to claim 757, 804, Nova, Western Virginia, Southwest Virginia, he was like, we need to just don't do that because it's separated. Well, I got to take on that, takers, because Virginia, especially in Richmond, Tidewater, DC not too much, but because we're in the Mid-Atlantic, and especially now because the entertainment, the artist wise has gotten better because we have so many great independent artists here in Virginia. And I would ask anybody who would like to be a guest hit me up at J Green Radio. That's the letter J, GreenRadio @gmail.com. I would love to be a guest on the show. I've had plenty of stand-up comics from RVA because that's what my background, but any artist for that matter. If you would love to come through, I would love to have you. But, we get looked over between Atlanta and New York or DC, so we have to stand out, and the best way we can stand out is to conglomerate, I guess, is what he's saying, and I don't want to despair because I see a lot of folks in Richmond always talk about Richmond has got a crabs in a barrel mentality. And I don't want to do the pros and cons of that because, we maybe might be a town of 225,000, a city of 225,000, a metropolis of about, 500,000, 750,000, I don't know, give or take. So, yeah, but if you want to, it depends. Again, it depends on where you're trying to go. If you have to move to get seen, I know cats that have moved to get seen, and I know cats that are just as talented as the folks that move to get seen. So that I just don't want to run down other parts of the state or other parts of the region. I never was about that. As a content creator, as a comic, when I was a comedian, I was just never about running down folks because of where they was from. That was crazy. Let me wrap up the pod by saying this. Oh, I got two things. I'm gonna I will go ahead now that I'm laughing and about to take this sip of this Pinot. The Dallas Cowgirls traded away their best player.
Exactly. That nigga's tripping.
That's what y'all said to y'all owner. Michael Parsons, top defensive end, a good player. Strangely enough, he's from PA, Harrisburg. I want to say he was from Harrisburg. But traded to the Green Bay Packers for a ham sandwich and 2 first-round draft picks. Being the number one A, B, C, D, or whatever to infinity cowgirl hater in this world, y'all get everything y'all deserve. Especially, I told my son today, I said, as a Knicks fan, I know what it's like to have an owner who ain't in the business of winning games. He in the business of making money, and he is playing y'all until the fandom, until just like in the MAGA movement, until that stench wash off over your eyes and you come up out the cult of Dallas Cowgirls. It's gonna always be like that, and because you're gonna have to turn on that man, because that man ain't thinking nothing about y'all and y'all fandom. He just want y'all money in his pocket. That's how I land on most of pro sports now, as I done got into my Gen X years. It ain't about winning; it's about making money. End of the day, they could give a F about winning. A owner does not care about winning. He'll make you think it's about winning, but it's about making money and making those margins bigger. And because he got a built-in margin with you dumbass cowgirl fans, because y'all gonna watch by paraphernalia, y'all not gonna turn them down. Y'all not gonna revolt. As a Knicks fan, I revolted for about 6-7 years. I was like, yo, I'm not cutting on one game. That's my team. But I'm not rocking with y'all until y'all get right. So everything that you a-holes is getting Y'all deserve it. Don't come here on when this episode dropped talking about y'all winning anything, y'all winning the Super Bowl. I think I had an open bet to Carlton Banks, 7.5 wins. All they got to do is win 8 wins. I bet him $100. He didn't even take the bet. That's his team. You mean to tell me you can't bet your team will win 8 games? No, I can't do it. Whole ass. That's being on the nice side. So football season is about to start this Thursday. I might next Friday or next episode do a football, because taking no shorts really, I mean, not even taking no shorts, but I got my first podcast, my first internet radio show, or they called it internet radio back in 2011, was a sports show. And we talked about, we premiered in September of 2011, and we talked about football. It was me, Marcus J., Carlton Banks, 3 football diehard fans, a Giants fan, a Cowboys fan, and a Steelers fan. And we played that out till December, and then I got up out of that because shit got crazy. Yeah. Last thing I want to talk about is a premise I was coming up with for a joke, if I ever get back out there, is women are the hardest critics of other women. It's not men. It's not men. It's not the hierarchy, like y'all pronouns, pal.
Exactly.
It's not what most women think. The enemy of women, if the last 2 election cycles have not shown you, they are within. They are within. Let me give you some examples. I have my personal anecdotes. I've been around, first of all, grew up in a family full of women. Some people will say, you see that man hand movements, he talk with his hands a lot. I think that's Corey Holcomb. He said, I don't fuck with no dude that talk with his hands like that. Like, come on, Corey. Come on, Corey. I get it, but I get it is what I'm gonna say. But I've seen women talk about other women way worse than dudes from a man's point of view. And I've been in situations with women, but a woman is not always in another lady's corner. Let me just say that. Perfect example. There's this song, Women, and the verse, let me read it right here. So I get it right here. Sympathy. Women will come and women will go. You know who said that? Another woman. Talking. Stevie Nicks, by the way.
Exactly.
It's a song lyric. She was in Fleetwood Mac. Women will come and women will go. And you know who said that? A woman. She knew. She was sitting there saying, don't trust. I always used to wonder why. I don't trust her. Women would always say that to me. I don't trust her. I was like, damn, to the women have said that to me. I'm like, you don't even know her for you to say you don't trust her. Maybe I'm just a gullible man or a stupid man or a man that talk with my hands. I don't know. But I can't just say I don't trust. I'm not even thinking about trust when I'm first meeting somebody. I mean, my guard is up. I'm using common sense, but I'm not thinking along those lines, And I used to say, well, why do women always say they don't trust other women? And that's because they didn't did. They know. They know. That's. I don't even know if men do that. I don't even know if men say I don't trust another dude because I'm a dude. Like I don't know. I've never said that. Like I've never said I don't trust this guy because I'm a guy. I just let the person exhibit their behavior, exhibit their qualities, their merit, their characteristics, their content of Martin Luther King, the content of their character. And then I base it off of that. I just don't base it off of because I'm that person's of the same sex as that person. I can't trust. In essence, it's indicative of something you see in yourself, in your people. I don't know, but I was just like, wow. And I was listening to Fleetwood Mac. I'm a big fan, Gen X and again.
Exactly.
No, really, that's a little bit of booming, but okay. And I was just like, the way the song lyrics go. Oh, players only love you when they're playing. I forgot the name of the song. That's what happens when you're Gen X. But women, they will come and they will go. Y'all finish it. It trended a little bit some years ago online. I think it's somewhere out west. But yeah, Stephen Nicks. Well, now to be fair, Stephen Nicks probably is not allegedly was a big time rock and roller and has been there from the A to the Z.
Exactly.
But she's still nonetheless a woman who's telling you a woman is gonna come and a woman's gonna go. In essence, miss the bus, next stop, next bus coming. I ain't say it. That's another lady, another female, another woman telling y'all that. About to wrap up here, Taking No Shorts podcast. Yeah, I'm hoping this comes out pretty good. Again, I only got a couple of days left in the month of August for me to get my subscriptions up on YouTube. I promise you, in the rest of 2025, I will give YouTube as much attention as I possibly can under this one-man outfit production, okay? But just please, 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 go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and now you will get good content from your man's Jay Grizzly Green and Taking No Shorts podcast. Pittsburgh Steelers play the Jets first Sunday, week 1. We should win. Like I told my guys at the fantasy draft this week, hey, I'm giving my team a month. I want to see how we look the first 4 games before I get into any type of fandom, because again, they in it just for the moolah. They don't give a fuck about what I feel. They don't care how they're going to rip me up emotionally. So I got to treat them like they treat me. You dig? And with that being said, until next time, guys, I am out.
We We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice.
Now I gotta talk, we all gotta be quiet. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, gift stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding. I'm a man. I'm 40.
And now your host, Taking No Shorts Podcast, Jay Grizzy.